If you're a parent with a toddler or young child, you know the constant struggle. Where can you take them that's educational, engaging, safe, and let's be honest, where you won't spend the entire time shushing them or apologizing to other people for normal kid behavior? Most libraries have a small kids' corner tucked away somewhere, maybe some picture books, maybe a couple of tiny tables and some toys. You're constantly worried about your 3-year-old's voice carrying over to the serious readers or about them wandering into adult sections and creating chaos. But what if I told you there's a library in Lake County that solved this problem so completely that it's basically become a children's museum that happens to have books? What if I told you there's a place where kids can be kids, where they can play, explore, learn, and yes, even make some noise without bothering a single adult library patron? Welcome to another episode of the Lake County Community Podcast, and today we're diving into the Wauconda area public library, Kids City. Quite possibly the most impressive children's library space in the entire Chicago area, and definitely the most family-friendly place you've never heard of. I first heard about Wauconda's Kid City from a friend who was raving about this spaceship in a library thing, and I thought she was exaggerating. I mean, how impressive could a children's section in a library be? Then I walked down those stairs into Kid City, turned the corner, and immediately understood what she meant. This isn't a children's section. It's a dedicated children's destination that happens to be on the inside of a library. The first thing that hits you is the scale and the intentionality. This isn't an afterthought. This is the main event. Here's what makes Kid City at Wauconda Area Public Library so brilliant. They dedicated the entire lower level exclusively to children from birth to 8th grade. Think about that for a moment. An entire floor where kids can be kids, where parents don't have to be constantly managing their noise levels or worrying about disturbing other patrons. The library underwent major renovations in 2015, and what they created was what their architect called a children's museum in the library. The goal was to offer experiences that children typically don't have at home, and wow, did they deliver on that promise. Let's start with the absolute showstopper. What was originally designed as a kid-sized airplane, this isn't some small play structure tucked in the corner. This is the commanding room-dominating piece that immediately captures every child's imagination. The airplane includes a 2-seat cockpit with instrument clusters, switches, buttons, decals, and there are 2 steering yokes and a bunch of buttons and switches, and they provide what the designers call realistic flight simulations. Though, of course, the real flight happens entirely in the kids' imaginations. But here's where it gets really clever. The wing of this airplane is actually a slide, and I need to warn parents about this. It's much faster and slicker than you might expect. Kids go down this slide really fast, which creates genuine excitement, but it also means they kind of shoot off the bottom, and sometimes if they're not ready for it or mature enough, they might get a little hurt, so be careful. Stand at the bottom of the slide, especially with smaller children. The most ingenious part, the engine nacelle attached to the slide wing is actually a cushioned reading nook. Kids can grab a book and climb inside this cozy little space to read. It's like having a private fort specifically designed for reading. Absolutely genius for encouraging literacy while making it feel like play. What makes this setup so brilliant for parents is the complete separation from the adult library areas. There's no worry about your toddler's excited squeals bothering someone trying to study. There's no stress about them wandering off into serious adult sections and pulling books off the shelves. This separation allows kids to be authentically themselves while still learning library behavior and respect for books and shared spaces. It's the best of both worlds. Structured learning environment with genuine freedom to explore and play. Kid City features 2 large touchscreen TVs that serve different purposes and age groups. One typically runs interactive educational games designed for younger children. Things like vehicles jumping over obstacles, basic problem-solving games, and learning activities that combine fun with skill development. Just imagine the kids dragging the little characters around the screen. The other screen is more advanced, often featuring what appears to be PlayStation-style games for older kids. This recognition that children have different interests and skill levels based on age shows how thoughtfully the space has been designed. The touchscreens aren't just babysitting devices. They're interactive learning tools that encourage problem-solving, hand-eye coordination, and collaborative play when kids are working on challenges together. One feature that consistently captures toddlers' attention is the aquarium. There's something mesmerizing about fish swimming in a tank that can keep even the most energetic toddler engaged for several minutes, which, as any parent knows, is basically a miracle. The aquarium serves both as entertainment and education, giving kids a chance to observe living creatures, ask questions, and develop that crucial skill of quiet observation. The book collection in Kid City isn't just extensive, it's intelligently organized. There are separate areas for different age groups. So toddler books and books meant to be read aloud are in one area, while more advanced children's books are in another. This organization makes it easy for parents to find age-appropriate materials without having to search through everything. It also helps children begin to understand that different books serve different purposes and skill levels. Kid City features multiple hands-on activity zones that encourage different types of play and learning. There's a corner area with tables and chairs designed for arts and crafts activities. They provide blocks, beads, train sets, magnetic boards, and other manipulative materials that can help with fine motor skill development. These are the kinds of activities that require some cleanup, but because it's a dedicated kid space, that's expected and planned for. In the back areas, Kid City features a dedicated role-playing station that ties directly into children's learning. There's a veterinarian station where kids can treat stuffed animals while also finding books about animals and veterinarian care. This integration of play and reading is exactly what makes Kid City so effective. They're not just playing vet, they're connecting that play to books and learning. The kitchen setup allows kids to engage in domestic play while having access to books about cooking, nutrition, and family life. Again, it's a connection between play and literacy that makes this so powerful. Beyond the physical space, Kid City offers extensive programming that takes advantage of their unique setup. They have regular story times that they can take advantage of. There are take and make craft programs provided weekly with new craft projects that families can complete at home. This extends the library experience beyond just the building itself. There are also computers so that they can get on the internet for short periods of time. Here's something important for Lake County families to know. The Wauconda Area Public Library District covers much more than just Wauconda. Their district includes parts of Island Lake, Volo, Lakemore, Barrington, and other communities spanning both Lake and McHenry counties. Many families don't realize they might be eligible for a library card here. Even if they don't live directly in Wauconda, it's worth checking out because Kid City is genuinely valuable for families with young children. And like most libraries, regardless of where you live, you can just go in and use the facilities. If you're not going to check anything out, then you don't need a library card. There's no one to check in with. That's really the beauty of all libraries. Now, Kid City is located on the lower level of the library at 801 North Main Street in Wauconda. The library hours are pretty generous. Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday, 12 to 4 p.m. There's ample outdoor parking, and the library is conveniently located across from Cook Memorial Park, so you can combine your library visit with outdoor playground time if the weather permits. Let's talk about what you get compared to other entertainment options for kids. Children's museums typically charge $10 to $15 per child for admission. Indoor play centers often charge $10 to $20 per child. Kid City provides a similar level of engagement and educational value completely free. Even if you don't have a library card, the programming, story times, craft, activities, reading programs would cost significant money if it was provided by a private enrichment program. Here, it's all included with library access. In an era where many families are struggling to find affordable, educational, engaging activities for young children, Kid City provides something genuinely valuable, a space where learning feels like playing, where kids can be authentically themselves, and where families can connect with books, technology, and each other. The fact that this caliber of children's programming exists in our area and that it's free and accessible to anyone is something every Lake County family should know about. If you have young children and you haven't experienced Kid City yet, you're missing out on one of the best family resources in the region. This isn't just a library visit. It's an adventure, a learning experience, and quite possibly your child's new favorite place. So don't let another week go by without exploring this incredible resource. Your kids will thank you, and you'll wonder how you lived without knowing about this amazing place for so long. That's all for today's episode. If you make it out to Kid City, take a moment to appreciate what happens when a community invests in making learning irresistibly fun for children. It's pretty magical. Dreaming of Disney but worried about the cost? Meet Just the Essential Disney Hacks. This compact guide is your ticket to a magical vacation without the villainous price tag. Learn insider tips on saving money on everything from tickets to meals. Discover how to maximize fun while minimizing your expenses. Don't let budget fears keep you from creating unforgettable family memories. Get Just the Essential Disney Hacks today and start planning the Disney trip you've always wanted at a price you can afford.